Great to see you, everyone. Welcome back to the Katica Living Vibrantly show. This is going to be a wonderful show. We got some yummy food for you to take a look at and hopefully make at home. And we have two very inspirational guests that we'll be talking to this evening. We'll be talking to Natalie Amston. She's right over here, and she's the publisher of Transformation Magazine. Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
And of course, we have Emily Rivera Andrews. Hi, Emily. You know her as the Angel Coach. She, of course, has been here before, and we thank you again for coming. We love having Emily here, and we're so honored to have you both. And we welcome Natalie, and we hope that it's not going to be just the first time.
Absolutely.
You're going to come back again and again and again, right?
Of course, of course.
That's awesome. So you guys, you can see we're going to have a great show ahead of us tonight. So go ahead and get up and grab that nice warm water of lemon with a little bit of lemon and come back and join us right after this video.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome back, and here we are with Natalie Amston and of course Emily Rivera Andrews. Hi girls.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Wonderful.
Great. So before we get to talk to both of you, which we can't wait, we're going to talk a little bit about quinoa and why should we even eat that? What is that? So a lot of people don't even know what it is. Have you guys had quinoa? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you like it? Good.
Yeah, my little one loves it.
Really? Mm-hmm. See, that's awesome to get the kids, you know, to taste and like, and you can do so many things too. It's very creative.
Yeah,
and
they're like little bubbles.
Right, little. I almost think of little mini popcorn.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and so it's kind of
cute.
cool. Yes, it is. It is
Cute and yummy.
I also love to add like avocado to it, pomegranate seeds. So anyway, I want you guys to take a look at this video. This is something that we like to share with our viewers. How another piece of how you can live vibrantly. Something you can do very easily even tonight, and something you can feed your family, yourself, as a snack, as an entree, whatever you choose to do. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so now we have 3 minutes. Quinoa is a delicious gluten-free alternative to grains such as brown rice, cereal, and oats. There's over 120 varieties of quinoa, but the most popular are the white, the red, and the black. And today on Katica Living Vibrantly, we're going to show you how easily it is to cook with any of these, but today we're going to cook with the black quinoa. I love the black quinoa for its buttery, nutty taste. I love the red to add to soups and salads, and the white, it's just perfect with any side, as a side dish for any, and it will complement any meal. Quinoa is an amazing superfood. It's rich in phytonutrients and antioxidants, 9 essential amino acids, loaded with vitamins and natural anti-inflammatory properties that keep you healthy and disease-free. Also low in the glycemic index, so it's excellent for people with diabetes. So it's a wonderful food for the entire family. Now, if you're trying to manage your weight, this is an excellent food because of its high fiber content. It helps curb the appetite and helps you maintain that ideal healthy weight. The history of quinoa is pretty interesting. It's rooted in South America, and it's been in the Andes region since 1200 AD. And it's considered one of those foods that could actually survive a wide variety of growing conditions. And now for the best part. Now watch and see how easy it is to prepare quinoa, something you can do any day of the week. You'll need 2 cups of water, a cup of the quinoa. The black quinoa is what we're going to cook with tonight. I love that buttery, nutty taste. And 1/4 of a teaspoon. Now make sure your water is boiling before you add your quinoa. And after 15 minutes of that boiling, you'll see something wonderful. And now you're ready to enjoy this wonderful, delicious black quinoa, loaded with phytonutrients, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. Now, before I served the black quinoa, I went ahead and added some spinach, some peppers, some garlic and onions, kind of whatever I had in the refrigerator that I can add to it and just make it that much more nutritious and delicious. That's the key in the Katica Living Vibrantly mission. So I want you to go ahead and enjoy this. It's absolutely wonderful. I hope you can make it tonight or tomorrow or for lunch or whatever you can do, but come up with your own creations. Sometimes I'll go ahead and add pomegranate seeds right on top before I serve as well, and it's absolutely delicious. So see what you can come up with, and please share. You can always share on the katicatv.com website, or come to my Facebook page, like the page, and also share there. We also share other ideas, tips, and recipes on the Facebook page, so be sure to click like and join us. So here's to your vibrant health. Enjoy. Test, so what do you guys think?
It's really good.
Not
It's
bad.
very good.
Is it?
Actually, I didn't even know that they were black or darker quinoa.
Yeah.
I do like these better than the other ones that I have tasted.
Which
I
one
know
did you
you've
taste?
got the magical touch as well, but this is really good. The lighter ones, I'm not too sure. What's the difference?
Well, the black, this is my favorite. This has more of a buttery, nutty taste. Of course, I added other stuff to it. You know, I added the onions and the garlic. The red quinoa I like to use for salads and soups. That's a different flavor. And then to me, the white is more of a dense taste to it. So my favorite is definitely the black. So I'm glad you guys liked it too. So that's awesome.
It's really good. Even I know you added other ingredients, including spinach. So that was a good touch.
And there's looks like peppers, onions, and garlic. So I'm glad you guys liked it.
But actually, my first bite, my reaction was, mine doesn't taste like this. So I don't know what kind of
really
magic
good.
you see here, but it's some good stuff.
Well, as soon as you tune into the Katica Living Vibrantly show, we can teach you all these new tricks.
Vibrant and yummy.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. But you know, as I cook this at home and I share with our viewers, I'm reminded of how all this has been part of a transformation for myself. Not only physically in the body, but also mentally and spiritually. And that is so important in our lives at any point. But this happened to me particularly over a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. So as we were preparing for our segment, for our inspirational segment, that's when I thought about both of you, because you both have been such amazing women. And I feel so grateful that I know both of you. Of course, I met Emily first, and she's been awesome to introduce me to Natalie and Joelle and the family, and so it's been a wonderful journey for me. But I also think not only have they been inspirational to me, but also people locally in the community and many, many others throughout the country, the world. Their stories are inspirational as far as individually and also as what they've done together as business women, and something that I know in my heart that you, the viewers, could find amazing as well. So with that in mind, I would love for Natalie, tell us a little bit about how you got to the point where you are today. Maybe some stories of how it was back when you started your own transformation, and how did you become the publisher of this wonderful magazine. If you guys have not picked this up, I strongly suggest that you do. Of course, they can pick it up at most of the natural food places, right?
We're actually in our local market here on the west coast of Florida. It's located throughout the region. And it's at things like health food stores, alternative medicine practitioners, their offices, New Thought churches, basically any place where people are thinking really progressively, that's where they are. But it's also available for anybody who's not in Florida on your iPad, Kindle, Nook, or any other e-reader device. So it's Transformation Magazine. And it's available worldwide, so it doesn't matter where you're watching from. And actually, it's funny because I like to joke that I never would have anticipated I would have created a magazine. The only thing I did know is I was an entrepreneur. And so my journey of transformation, the first part of it was when I was young. I was very much, out of the box. I had my little soapbox I used to stand on and say I didn't want to do it the way most adults did it. And then, of course, I tried. I tried to stuff myself in that little box for a while, and it didn't work very good. And I developed chronic fatigue syndrome.
And this is in your 20s?
Yes, this was from high school through my early 20s, so it's a long time. And always just kind of felt it was normal to be low energy and feel terrible. But so when I was 24 is when I figured it out. And part of what I did is I realized that my fitting in the box, working for someone else when I'm truly an entrepreneur in spirit, it was killing me.
Right,
and so I, quote, retired when I was 24, and I started working for myself doing marketing and graphic design, and finished college, but was still living in the box and living everybody else's life. And so my transformation happened when I figured that out. And within like 3 months, everything in my life, 2 businesses, a house, a marriage, even my dog, disappeared, gone.
Wow.
And so I went through a total transformation. And that's what led me to this, in part because I met my life partner after I came out on the other side of it. And I just really felt drawn to doing what it is that I'm meant to do, which is to inspire people, but also create tools that are there for people to change their own lives. And so that's what the magazine did. And it's a whole other story that maybe for another day, how the magazine got started. But it was not originally my idea. I just happened to, I'm a graphic designer, and it was like the community had collectively asked for something like this. There was a need for it.
Obviously, it's another gift that you weren't aware of.
And I was called to.
You were called to do
someone
it.
Someone had to do it.
And you took the call. That's wonderful.
Yep.
Exactly. You probably, both of you, I think Emily may know this story, but this magazine is how I met Emily.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
This is very special because as I started my transformation, I would pick up this magazine every time, and I wish it was a weekly edition, back then.
You read it quick.
I read it quick, and I was ready for the next one. I'm like, I can't wait 30 days.
That's funny.
And when I picked up, I'll never forget, it was the February edition, because I remember the Valentine's, and Emily was showcased there as one of the writers, and she had her ad there, and that's how we came to be connected. So tell us a little bit about how your transformation took place and how you're able to be such a wonderful tool, wonderful vehicle to so many people with your gifts of being able to communicate with angels and guidance and counseling. Everything that you do is just amazing.
It's where to begin, right?
Yeah, right.
I'll have to go back to childhood, so I'll go ahead and keep it brief for everyone. I know I've been in the show before, and I've given a little hindsight to what has unfolded and what has brought me to this place. I keep being reminded of when I was driving in college. I was actually a service coordinator, actually not service, I did customer service for a small business, and I started a department there, the HR department. And I remember that my plan and my intention was to go ahead and open up my own business and create a center or create a program to help the youth. And that was my plan, my big idea. That was what I wanted to do. And I remember driving, and I was told that I was going to be meeting the person who I was going to be marrying, but that at a later time, I was going to be doing what I'm doing now. They told me they were going to be using and sharing through me to help people and inspire people. And that's always been my calling. That's always been what I did early on. So when that happened, a part of me was excited, but also a little upset because, again, I thought I had this big plan and everything was all set up. And I was just guided that at the time I was going to be stepping back a little bit and becoming a mom, a wife, and being available in that space and in that service, which transitioned here recently, I would say about 4 years ago, into fully me stepping into this, which manifested in the same way. I was told that it was time. And once I said yes to that, I would say within a few days, I got offered to offer events for a city, for Safety Harbor. The city of Safety Harbor.
It's amazing what happens when you say yes, right?
Yes, it is amazing. And then I also went to an event at Wings Bookstore, which is at the Unity campus in St. Pete. And when I attended the event, interesting enough, the events manager at the time asked me what I did, and it's kind of like they spoke through me. That's the best way. It's like they spoke and they shared. It was like I was myself, like my jaw dropped, like, oh my gosh, that just came out of my mouth, which just happened here, which was beautiful though, because it was from that moment on that I got invited to speak, and the rest is history in regards to
which is where you're speaking currently as well.
Correct. I am doing events at Wings Bookstore, and I do get contracted to speak at different locations. I do have a book that got published, and it's Connecting with Angels, and I do write for Transformation Magazine once a month, which has been a huge blessing. And it's just my purpose, my desire is to really help people awaken to the truth of who they are and really connect to that divine guidance through the angels, through the divine itself, how it chooses to manifest in people's lives. And it's been exciting to be a witness of when you surrender and let go and say yes.
So not only do you, because I've been to, of course, most of Emily's classes, and it's wonderful to see her, come across and say, yes, you need to surrender, but she has done it herself. So it's not something that you're just channeling or just communicating from the angels and the divine. It's something you've actually gone through too. You understand what the human experience is like as well. So that's pretty amazing that you feel, what the feeling is to have that. Right. Like you said last night, you saw that lady with her heels stuck into the ground. Yes. So funny. Last night at Wings, she's like, I can totally see this lady. She's got her heels stuck into the ground. Yeah. She's not moving.
Not going to do it.
Not going to do it.
Well, it's and as she's saying, what happens is that when I do events and even speak to people, I audibly hear guidance, which, interesting enough, is the best way I like to hear, because it's very clear and it's like, okay, do this, and you get inspired to take action in different ways. I don't want to say do this, because I never get told you have to do something, but I get audible guidance and then visuals as well. Sometimes the visual is a little interesting. It's like watching TV with the mute button on and you're trying to figure out what, trying to narrate what's going on. But it's one of those things, again, I'm bringing this out because on some level I know it's part of what we all are meant to experience. It's it's kind of like we are being encouraged to surrender to that truth so that we can also enjoy getting the God wings, getting the miracles in front of us to guide us along the way.
And that's kind of what happened with you too. It's like when you finally allow things to surrender. I know things happen within the 3 months, and of course, anyone even trying to visualize what that must have felt like, it would have been.
It was awesome. Wait a minute, wasn't it terrifying?
Chris,
no, it was awesome.
Chris, we need to check the coconut water. I don't know what you're serving my guests here, but
really, it's funny. I was thinking when Emily was telling her story, it's like, there's a saying that says when humans plan, God laughs.
Yes.
And that it's really that's looking so at true. That and saying, of course, you still have to have a plan, but it's being able to let go, and that's what Emily's story is about. And it's the same thing that happened with me, and it's not just with the magazines, with many other things. It's like we take ourselves so seriously, and we try to force life to be something. But there's a big difference between having a goal and just being, forcing yourself to walk directly towards that goal and missing all the opportunities that are passing you by, or you're passing them, versus following inspired action. And that really, what we do impacts other people, but we wouldn't be able to positively impact anybody if we weren't doing it out of inspiration. If we were trying to do it, out of ego, like I'm supposed to be this high almighty person that does this, it doesn't work. And there are people out there that do things like that. But what I love about Emily is she's so real. Yeah. You know, it's not about her. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I try to be the same way. And the people that we've ended up working with, because Emily and I, we've done workshops together, and we know each other because we're sisters-in-law. But we also work together, and we've been doing that for years.
Tell us a little bit about that. How'd you guys meet? Tell us a little bit.
Well, it's through her brother, who's my fiance. And then it was just interesting because her brother and myself and her, we all work in the field of, you know, like personal empowerment and spirituality. When it's interesting, it's like, you know, I focus more on the psychological aspects of it. Well, Emily teaches more from a spiritual perspective, but at the core, we're both teaching the same exact thing. And everybody hears it differently. So it's just... That's awesome, why it's so beautiful to see various people come out into the community and acknowledge those gifts, because we do need to have various avenues where we are sharing that same message. Because like you said, you know, one person can hear it from Emily, and maybe, you know, that person sees the wonderful gift that you have shared with them, but maybe someone else doesn't. But she understands you, or she understands me. Exactly. So it's amazing how your life transforms once you do listen to that inspired action. And the best way I can describe inspired action, as you were saying before, is it's not work. That's how you know it's inspired. You know, I know we use the word action, and everybody's like, oh, action! Does that mean I have to sweat and I have to suffer and I have to sacrifice? No, it's fun. It's driven. It's something. It ignites your soul. I don't understand. I don't know how else to say it to you, but that's how I feel with my transformation. It was like it ignited my soul. I knew I was in the right path. And then when I have the opportunity to meet people like you guys and get further inspired, I'm just like, this world is just another world to me. So it's just exciting. So tell us a little bit about Altman. So that's another fun, inspired story.
Yes. So it all happened one night. Over coconut water.
Yes, over coconut water. It actually was probably regular water.
Oh, regular water.
But we were doing a brainstorming session with a few of us at my house. And it was because we're all entrepreneurial. And so we love to, you know, we take out these big pieces of paper or boards and stick them on the walls. Each one has one, and each person kind of shares some of the ideas of things they're looking to do, or directions, or things they're inspired about, and then everybody gives feedback and ideas. Right. And that's how it started. It was actually one of the people who ended up being the business partners in our little venture had the idea, and then the rest of us, actually I think it was Emily, she's like, this is so good, if you don't do it, I'm doing it. And the rest is history.
That's so funny.
Altman Center is it's a beautiful space in Pinellas Park that we've been inspired to create and share with the community. And from that space, we encourage other light workers, other people in the holistic field to share their gifts, to share their knowledge, to share their truth in ways that can help serve the community. So Altman Center is a space itself that provides space for events, office space that allows other light workers, other holistic, like I shared, to really bless the community and bless individuals. So that's what we're doing right now at Altman. I know we started a little differently, and now we've moved and transitioned into creating a collaborative group.
Like a co-op.
It's kind of like a co-op, yes, in which we're helping each other. Again, share that light, share that love, share that inspiration.
Right. And you can also check back on my website on katicatv.com, where you can find more information about the Altman Center. As you know, that's where I practice as well. And I'm very honored to share that space with all of you. And also, there's the website information for Natalie and for Emily as well. So it's on the website. But if you girls want to say your websites, so if people want to contact you individually.
And actually, my best website, if you were going to look for the magazine, a lot of the articles are online, and you can click to find whichever e-reader you use. It's transformationmag.com. So instead of magazine, just mag. Transformation Mag. But, you know, I was thinking about Altman Center and how it's the perfect example of what we're talking about, the inspired action, because, you know, we were obviously inspired when the idea came up, but then it was like we weren't the ones who came up with it. It's like it already existed there, because there was a need in the community both from people who are like small business people to have a space to be able to grow where they don't go and rent their own office and spend a ridiculous amount of money, but where they could, kind of share resources and develop themselves. And then there was also a need from people who are looking to grow and change and transform and live more vibrantly and live more healthy. And they're looking for resources. So the community needed it. And again, we were there. We were open. And so the idea came to us, and we worked together.
And you accepted the calling. That's what's so awesome, because it's true. You do have a choice. There could be a great idea. We all come up with great ideas, but it's that inspired action that helps us take that choice, to take that leap of faith. And that's what you all did. You took that leap of faith to say, yes, we're acknowledging that this is something the community wants, and we're ready to take the challenge, even though it wasn't a challenge because it was inspired action.
Right.
So it was fun.
I mean, we started in 6 weeks because we were so just in the right mode. It was like boom, boom, boom. Everything fell in place. We found the right location, and it was at the right price, and all the furniture we needed just fell into our laps. And we, we worked really hard, but it doesn't feel like it when you're doing it for the right purposes. And, as Emily mentioned, it changed structure about a year after we opened it. And part of that is that, it's almost like we joked about it, like it knew what it wanted to be, but we weren't quite sure. And so it took us a little while to figure out what it wanted to be, because we tried to put our own thoughts too forcibly into it. So it's like, it was a great learning experience, and it actually worked out awesome, because it started out with 5 business partners, and now there's 2. And the other 3 of us felt called to other things after a year. And then it transitioned its format to actually be perfect, because the 2 people who stayed were the ones who wanted an office, and the co-op environment was really perfect. So it's again letting it go and letting it be what it needs to be.
Yes, that's a very good point, because unfortunately, I think it's human nature for us to, once we have something and we feel like we've been inspired and we feel like we're achieving something, we're reaching that goal, for lack of a better word, it's hard to understand that there could be another transition within that same path. And it was wonderful that all of you understood that, so that you were able to release it to what Ottman really wanted to be, which was to transition into more of a co-op environment. So that's amazing, and something that I definitely think it's vital for all of us to share with our viewers, because that's something that's hard as a business owner, is to letting it go and let it transition. Tell us about the word tribe. How did that come about?
Actually, Emily is the one who started the tribe.
Okay.
It was actually through meditation. I was told the tribe, to gather the tribe, and actually that's the name that was given, and I was specifically shown the individuals. So we started connecting. I gathered the individuals shown to me, and we would do meditation sessions, I would call it that way.
Once a week.
It was the tribe of silence.
It was the tribe of
silence.
Silence. That is right. That is what they called it. And it is what we did. We connected in silence. And it was amazing, because we'd always be shown the same thing. It was a group of about 5 of us, was it?
And it would change. There was 4 core people, and then the other 5th person would kind of rotate. Just energetically, somebody different would kind of brought to the group, and sometimes it was just us.
Wow,
but
that's awesome.
It was neat, because after that began, there was just so much expansion for all of us in regards to, again, getting to that place of understanding and surrendering, and just letting the divine be through our own experiences, and even through the group itself. And one thing that is what I wanted to share with Ottman, it was neat how we kind of said yes. We took over, and we kind of went like this, and the divine took over, and then it just continued to expand on its own, which is symbolic for, I think, all of our journeys.
Yes,
it's kind of like we said yes.
And we
accepted. The divine has said, all right, it's time to play.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed the process. We've enjoyed the journey, and we've been playing in regards to just life itself, and how life wants to manifest itself through us. Divine wants to manifest itself.
And that's kind of how I feel like we've been doing. We've been playing, and guess what? The 30 minutes are up. I can't believe it. It like flew, right?
It did.
It's like, we just got started. What do you mean?
We could talk for hours. 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's true. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's just been awesome. Go ahead.
I was just going to say website. theangelcoach.com, theottmancenter.com, and I know you.
Yes. Right, and they're all on the website. So if you guys didn't get that, no worries. Just go under the category on my show this week, and you'll see these two lovely ladies with their information and their website. And thank you both again for coming on our show and inspiring others and sharing with us your stories, your journeys, and we hope to have you back soon.
Absolutely.
You guys have an awesome week. Continue living vibrantly. Don't forget to like Katica on Facebook because we have lots of wonderful tips for your body, mind, and spirit, and of course, wonderful recipes. We love you guys. Have a great week. Bye. Bye.